There are a lot of times in life when we start to question and we start to think and analyze our life, and we start to think, are we on the right path? Are we on the right speed? Are we, or am I doing things correctly? Or am I where I should have been? Or am I late? Will I get where I want to be? Or will I always stay here? And if we go deeper into a lot of things that we have learned about, the journey of the soul, if we go deeper and try to understand about little things that we already know, like, understanding that the soul on this planet is trying to evolve. All the souls that are on this planet, their mission is to evolve. They are to become stronger. They are to learn from their own mistakes. They are supposed to come to this simulation, this planet, and they are meant to understand more about themselves, more about how, more about where they need to align themselves correctly. So, coming into alignment is a major curriculum that we take when we have our journey on this planet. Okay? So, understanding that it is a curriculum, understanding that it is purely academic, understanding that this is a learning journey, understanding that we are trying to become better. So, if we are studying and if we are learning, and if that is the goal, then there are multiple ways to go about a subject, right? Different ways in which people learn, different ways in which we absorb things, different ways that we feel comfortable with. They're like, if we start to think about kids that are still going to school, there are kids who work in different ways in learning different curriculums. What does that mean? Some kids like to go to school, attend classes, learn, come back. Immediately after school, they probably have a little food, then they start studying. Okay? Then they take a little break, go back, go play somewhere, come back, unwind for the day, have their dinner, and sleep. Some other kids, they will pay attention during class, come back home and not study anything. Other kids, because they don't need to, or they have already understood. Other kids, they will not maybe learn at school and come back and study on their own and then learn things, because that's more convenient for them and more comfortable for them. I'm not saying something is right or wrong, I'm saying that's how things happen. And there could be others who could prepare one day before the class is taught, and they could go self-prepared into the class, and that's how they pick up things. So a lot of ways to learn the same thing. Our life is pretty similar to that. Our life and the way we live it is very similar to that, which means when we opt for a curriculum on this planet, we go about it in different ways. Some people will say, give me the tough subjects much sooner. I want to focus on my own self faster, sooner. Okay? I'm comfortable with that because that's what I want to experience, and I want to do it like that. Other souls, when they come on this planet, they might say, I want to segregate my learning across my lifetime, which means lessons, relaxation, lesson, like softly. I want to learn everything. I don't want to just be given everything at the get-go. The first soul says, I want to learn everything initially, then I will just relax and live the life that I'm meant to live. And the third, let's say, soul decides, my initial days, I want them to be very smooth. So I want everything to come to me very easily, very naturally, and then whatever karmic releases I have to go through, whatever difficult things I want to learn from whatever challenges that I want to experience. I want them to come at a later stage when I am, let's say a little bit older. I want to be a little bit more, I want to use my young years to experience the world, and then I want to go into all of this. So I want to do that later. Okay. Then there'll be others who will say that in this life I don't want to learn anything. I just want to go and just want to stay there for the experience. Okay. So they will decide that my life, just let it be a whole smooth journey, and whatever karma, good karma I've collected in the past, I just want to reap from it in this lifetime. Then there'll be others who say, give me like lot of learning in this life itself, and I want to relax, but I'll manage it, because let's say I am, a more evolved soul already, or I've done this multiple times, so I can manage it. So I want to experience, the thrill of doing hard things, and in this lifetime I want to do that. So if that is the way you are approaching life on this planet, if that is the way you're approaching your curriculum, your academics, because all of us, we are going through this, then can you really compare? Can you really say, oh, they are, much ahead of me and I am here? No, this is what you wanted. This is the life you planned. You planned this. You planned this life. Why? Because you are extremely strong. You as a soul, you are extremely strong. And you decided, give me more of the karmic release in this life. Give me more of learnings in this life. Give me more evolving. And that's how I want to be. Now you might say that, but I don't feel strong. Whenever I, go through life, it's not always that I feel strong. Sometimes I feel strong. Yes, and I do see your point that you might be right, because I've heard this before. I can connect the dots. But I don't always feel strong. So my life is making me strong, but I don't think I am strong, Like if I'm extremely honest, I will tell you that maybe I am not strong. My life is forcing me to be strong. So let's solve this also. Okay? Yes. Okay? Yes, your life is forcing you to be strong, because it's what you wanted. Because you wanted to evolve as a soul. Okay? Now why do you not feel strong? Because as soon as we opt for this curriculum, we forget that we have opted for it. We forget that it's a simulation. We forget that these are just lessons. These are just scenarios that we are put in to teach us the things that we are meant to learn. And we get too attached to these scenarios. We get too attached to the timelines. We get too attached to people, places, and things. And that is when we start to disassociate with our power as a soul. Now, why does this happen? Because you are meant to be absorbed in the simulation. You are meant to be inside it. You can only learn things if you are experiencing something to the full, to the maximum. So what happens? What happens is that you start to forget. You start to forget that you were the soul who designed all of this. You start to forget that you planned your journey in a way that not only reminds you of how strong you are, but makes you even stronger. You start to forget because you feel, I feel, everybody feels, somebody else has put me here. I did not want it. I don't understand it. I don't understand why people are acting this way. I don't see why scenarios are acting this way. I don't understand why these situations are coming to me. So it's not that I am doing it. Somebody else is doing it to me. That's why we don't feel strong. I'll give you an example. Let's say you were a owner of a video game company, okay? And you came up with a video game idea and you decided that I want this to be the best video game ever, and I want it to be like really talked about. I want it to go viral. Okay, and I want people to be very enthused about it, very excited about it. So what will you do? Will you design a simple video game? What will be your strategy? You will make it complicated, you will make it confusing, a little bit, psychologically messing with your head, right? Why? Because everything is already done. Like something that is normal will not activate you, it will not thrill you. So what will you do? You will create something that is absolutely mind boggling. Okay, and this is a video game or a simulation or a virtual reality experience you are creating. Why? Because that's what you want to do, and you want people to be immersed into it. And you give out this instruction that I want this to be difficult, I don't want this to be simple, because if it's simple, people will be able to do it, and if they'll be able to do it, they'll lose interest, nobody will buy it. So I want this to be complicated. Okay, now let's say somebody decides everything is ready. Okay, they've made it complicated, they've made it challenging, tedious for the mind to solve, and they call you and they tell you it's ready, come. Okay, but before you can reach there, somebody else reaches, and they get confused, and they put that person in the simulation. They strap him in, they just put the virtual glasses, whatever you need to make this happen, and this person is thrown into this experience because they just assume it's you that has landed. Okay, and that person goes into the whole experience. He can't understand what is happening, he gets thrown into difficult things, and complicated things come and mess with his head, and he's just fighting and getting out all the time, and he just can't understand how he ended up here. He has no idea how and what made him reach into a place where, like, why are things just being thrown at him. And this is a very strange and surreal experience for him, and he somehow battles it, gets out. He can barely make it alive, his heart is beating, there is high palpitation, he's losing his mind, he thinks it's completely unnecessary. What was the point of all of this, right? Like, why, what, how did I end up here, what planet is this? He doesn't know he's been put into a simulation. He thinks that is his reality, and he starts to panic, and he starts to think unnecessary, like you don't like me, like why are you doing this to me? And the moment everything finished and he took everything off, he started screaming and shouting, like he thought, what was that, like where did you send me to? And this person has no idea what he has just gone through. Okay, so now you reach. Okay, and this person by that has already gave a lot of swear words, he's already gone. Now you reach and you say, like, show me the video game. Okay, and they don't understand, because they thought they just showed you, but they'll show it again. Okay, because the boss. So now you're strapped in, you're just put in these glasses, everything is ready. You go inside, you have the time of your life. You have a great time, you think, oh, this is so much more complicated than I thought, oh my god, I'm having such a great time, I can't believe I'm actually doing this, and this is so good, like this will sell. That's that's what's going on in your mind while you're beating demons and playing these games, and all these things are happening, and you just sail through it. It's not that it's very easy, but it's not super complicated, because you understand what it is, and everything gets done, you get out, and you are excited. Your heart is beating in a very different way than the first person's, and you are thinking, can I do it again? Like, can you start again, or can we make it more complicated, or can we just add a few more steps here, can we add a few more levels here, or what can we do to make this more, like, can we release another video game after this, maybe in 6 months, 1 year? How should we go about this? Your reaction to the first person's reaction is very different. What was the only difference? The first person had no idea he was in a simulation. The second person knew he was in a simulation, and he knew that he had designed it. The first person and the second person by the third party were considered the same people. Maybe let's say they were people from alternate realities, the same person. One person traumatized, another person victorious. What was the difference? The difference was the understanding that everything was a simulation. That is where we need to make the change and understand. That is where the need for comparison dies. The need for competition dies, because our video game is very different than other person's video game. Our simulation will run differently, their simulation will run differently. Why? Free will. I wanted it that way, they wanted it a different way. So, what is the need for a comparison? Now, if you will say, but then if this is a simulation, then why are you telling me that this is a simulation? So that you understand that you are the creator. You are the creator. You designed it. And now if you will think that if I know I'm the creator, now will I not learn the lessons? Now let's go to a different example, okay? Now let's say two people are watching a movie, and it's a great movie and they've paid good money for it. They're sitting next to each other. One person is just completely immersed in the movie and he's watching, and he's kind of tearing up, and it's really affecting him. He's seeing all the changes happen in the movie. He's seeing the protagonist, he's seeing how the person is evolving, he's seeing his world change for him, he's seeing how much growth this person achieved. And then the interval happens and the movie stops because it's time for a break. Okay, now what will happen? Will this person immediately emotionally disconnect? And when the movie starts again, will he feel, oh, this was just a movie? Why was I crying? Will that happen? Or will, in a few moments, he will be able to connect again and go with the plot and understand the things that were happening and learn from it and understand from it? Okay, that is one example. So even when we are told that we are in a simulation, we can still immerse ourselves in it and we can still keep on learning. Now, second scenario, let's say two people watching a movie. One person is constantly telling the other person, are you crying? It's a movie. Just calm down, it's a movie. Calm down, it's a movie. What will you do? You'll get angry. You'll say, I paid good money to be here, took out time from my life to watch this movie, and you're sitting here telling me it's a movie, it's a movie. I want to watch the movie. Just leave me alone. And let me just enjoy the movie. Let me immerse myself in it. So it's completely your choice how deeply you want to immerse in it. If you want to learn from it, you'll be able to learn from it, even if you know it's a simulation. And at the same time, nobody is poking at you constantly and telling you it's a simulation to wake you up from that experience. Okay, but we need to understand it is a simulation so that we don't get lost in our heads and we don't start making our comparisons and making our souls feel smaller, because our life does not look exactly like somebody else's and theirs does not look like somebody else's, because it's not supposed to, because we designed it that way. Whatever challenges that are coming up in your life, they are coming to teach you something, and they will keep on coming until you learn that lesson. So understand that you are here because you are a powerful soul. The experiences that you are learning from are only experiences. Do not attach yourself to the experiences, attach yourself to the learnings. What did I learn? What did I become? What do I keep doing that these simulations keep on repeating through different people, through different situations? What is it that I am missing? Let's say somebody has a self-worth wound, or let's say somebody in this life decided, I want to work on my self-worth, which means I want to know and realize, even inside the simulation, that I'm worthy. that I deserve it and I deserve everything and more. But in this lifetime, their soul is learning this. They have not been able to, if they have had previous experiences, they have not been able to master this yet. Okay? So, what will happen? Self worth. So, how to teach self worth to a person in a practical method? They will run into experiences, into people, into places, into organization that will put them down. Why? Because they feel like they are worthy of less. They will be given less always. Always. First partner, second partner, third partner, relationships, jobs. Different things will come up that will offer less to a person. Like, are you okay with this? And then they will watch your reaction. You'll say, yeah, I'm okay with this, I can make do. I'm very comfortable just being less. I can work on less. So very good, I can just, expand that and be comfortable in it. And they'll be like, okay. Then a relationship will come and they will offer less. And after some time you'll wake up and you think they're paying me less. They're giving me less. And you will be like, no, I'm not comfortable with this. This relationship is not respecting me, it's giving me less. And I deserve more. Then you will move on. Then, if you've still not mastered it, this situation will repeat. It'll come back to you and it'll ask you, are you okay with this? Comfortable with this? Then you'll say, yeah, yeah, I'm comfortable with this, yes, because this is more than what I got last time. So yeah, I'm comfortable with this. And then they'll say, okay. New relationships will enter your life. They'll say, are you comfortable with this? You'll say, yeah, I'm comfortable with this. So because this is more than the last time, right? And you'll after some time you'll realize they're paying me less. They're not. I don't mean to laugh at you, okay? I'm just laughing because this is how the simulation works, and it's us only that's designed it. So then you'll say, I am okay with this, and you'll very seriously, honestly say that you're okay, because you don't want to be asking for too much. You don't want to seem greedy. You want to be grateful, right? You want to be very appreciative of everything that life has given you. So you don't want to be like, give me more, but you don't know that the lesson we are learning is about self-worth right now. And maybe it's from a self-worth, maybe it's a self-worth issue. It's not really me being grateful for, great gratitude comes from a different place. Gratitude comes from a place where you are just grateful to wake up in the morning, have a sip of water, have your favorite cup of coffee, be able to eat the food that you eat. All that is necessary and absolutely beautiful, and it is basically the cornerstone of how you build anything in life. But when it starts to come from a place of lack of self-worth, then it starts to become an issue. And the universe does not want us to ask for less. It wants us to get what we want, and more and more and more, it wants us to have what we deserve. Okay? So then the lesson will get more complicated. And they will check again, did you learn it yet? Now what will happen is that they will come back to you, and they'll say, are you okay with this? But we'll give you a fancy title. Relationships will come and they'll say, we love you so much, but also do this for me, huh? Like, be this kind of way for me. And or I'm not 100%, like I am there for you, but I need my own, space. I don't want to be 100% with you, and I feel claustrophobic, in relationships. And you just need to understand, because in my childhood years I just went through so much, so I need a little bit of space. So you'll say, okay, no problem, I understand. I am very empathetic as a person, so I understand that you can't offer me everything, but I'm okay, I don't want to be greedy. So the simulation will keep on running. and we will keep on learning and we will keep on growing. But until the lesson is learned, it will keep on repeating. So, a time will come when you will realize this is also not filling my cup. Not because you're greedy, but because you have value that is not being matched. Okay? It's as simple as that. It has nothing to do with greed, and you feel that what you bring to the table is of higher value. So, until you learn that lesson, the simulation keeps on running, and you keep on getting more and more complicated scenarios in which you will learn the similar lessons. So, it's if somebody has chosen a different program than somebody else, how is there a comparison? There is no comparison possible, because our job on this planet, why we came here, is to evolve and grow and understand where is it I still need to not fix myself, but where is it that I can still evolve, transcend, move up in my vibration, in my frequency, in the ways I live, and how can I, just go higher and higher and higher up. Nothing wrong with that, right? Nothing wrong with wanting to go higher up. And does not mean that when you go higher up, people go lower. That's not what it means. All our jobs in our life is to go higher up without looking at somebody else. There is no judgment on where people start from. Their starting line could be much behind your starting line, but only because you have already done that work. Does not mean that this person is behind you. It only means they have more work to do and they will do it. This does not mean that the person who is ahead of you is a better person, is a more able person, deserves more graced by God, more blessed by God. No, it means they have done the work in that area and you are still getting there. There is no comparison, because your curriculum that you have chosen and their curriculum that they have chosen is very different. Maybe once they align themselves, everything else which you see as not present right now will come into the picture. What does that mean? This means that, let's say somebody is working on their self-worth issue. Now, the self-worth is such a deep wound that relationships, money, wealth, abundance, any kind of positive, foundation of your life that needs to be built, if the self-worth is missing, all of that will be stopped or it will be paused, right? Until that wound is healed or until that lesson is learned. So there is no need for comparison, because the moment that lesson is learned, the moment that wound is healed, everything will come rushing in. So let go of this feeling. Am I behind? You're not behind anybody. Just the fact that you are doing this makes you extremely brave, makes you extremely strong. It means that you are aware as a soul of who you are and where you need to go. It means that you as a soul decided to take a more difficult journey because you knew you could do it. And the moment we keep attaching and detaching also, we don't let it overpower us. We can analyze and understand, how are these situations repeating? Where were they repeating? In what areas of my life are they repeating? What feeling are they bringing up in me? How do I feel when these situations come up? And when you start working on those wounds, those learnings, then you as a soul start to move towards higher and higher frequencies. And when you can align with the right kind of frequency, you can bring everything around in that kind of frequency. So all manifestation, all the like attracts like, and ask and you shall receive, and all of these quotes that we have heard about manifestation. This is what it means, that when you become a match for what you're trying to attract, it'll enter your life. So how do you become a match? By learning from your lessons that are coming up, understanding your triggers, understanding where you need to work on, understanding what feelings are being prompted by situations. Where is it that I'm still making myself small? Okay? All the answers and all the solutions are within you. If you feel lost, ask for guidance. Just say, pray. If you want to ask the universe, the divine, the higher power within you, your highest self, whoever you believe in, you want to ask that, can you assist me and guide me, because I understand and now I want to do things correctly. Just say, please be with me and please be next to me and hold my hand while I'm learning, and I do not want to miss the path that I am on. If I start to miss it, just please help me come back and find the things I need to learn and make it simpler for me. And now, why do we need to ask? Because we have free will, because we decide how we want to live our life. So if we do not ask, we will not receive. So when we ask for help, things will move out of our paths easier. And when things move, don't shake, don't lose your balance, don't start thinking such a terrible, why is this happening, why these things keep happening to me. Don't go back in the same cycle. Understand, these things keep happening to me maybe because there is something here I have not learned yet. That's why it keeps repeating. It keeps repeating for our own benefit. It keeps repeating for our highest good. So if it's repeating so we can catch it faster. Okay? There are a lot of things that we can achieve, lot of everything that we can achieve if we just go deeper inside, not outside. All the answers, all the solutions are already within us.